It would not be permanent. It would be an interim emergency appointment. That when, if council then sat down at the next meeting and agreed to an appointment by council, then that appointment by the full council would supersede this. This is interim and it's emergent. That's how we are reviewing it right now.
And would this appointment include the one that was voted down?
I would see nothing that would prohibit that.
Okay.
Because we're now looking at competency within the industry, and it happens to be a firm that functions within the industry. And it's a firm that is recognized by the JIF. If there were another firm that the mayor wanted to appoint using the executive authority, then so be it. But we're looking at the competency within the industry, and the JIF accepts this organization.
Okay.
So I am most of the way there.
And for the record, we've had this company for what, 10 years, 11 years? There was never an issue. The previous mayor, who sat here for 4 years, never had a problem. There's never been anything that's been mentioned about a problem. And then all of a sudden, the day before reorganization, we're gonna make the change. No, I'm not comfortable with that.
That's not true.
That's,
We did
That is
the
not-
comparison
let's get
as
it
far
done,
as
guys.
it happened.
let's just move on.
This
I'm
been
making,
brought to
I'm
the
making,
attention.
Larry,
No.
I'm making
You
the
made a
immediate.
statement, I'm gonna correct you on this.
You're not correct.
I am not wrong. This has been brought to the attention of council over the last 2 years with issues regarding this firm.
I've never heard a word. Not at this table, there was never
Well,
words.
you gotta come here more than once a
Well,
month.
maybe what you should do is a little bit more communication as well, Larry. I had no committees of anything for the last couple of years. You know, nothing was said to me.
I don't
Correspondence, I didn't see anything within correspondence. There were people that were sending letters here to the, city, I didn't see any of them. And they asked me, did you see the letter? No, I didn't see it. So, information is a help to me. Even when I tried to get, over documents, that was supposed to have been withheld as well. So, you can say whatever you want, I know what the answer is. You're entitled to your opinion, Larry.
Thank you.
Doesn't mean there's a problem. Moving along here, Fred, where we at? I can make the interim, I can make the appointment.
If you make it with council's knowledge, I will call both the principal of that organization. I will also call Mr. DeWeese again tomorrow, let them know exactly where we are, and then I will advise council.
Okay, I'm making a nomination for Hardenberg, Sean, as our risk management consultant.
I will follow it up and get back to council from all scores.
Very good. We have a couple other resolutions here. We have Resolution 43, 2018, calling for the defeat of the Assembly bill proposing internet gambling at state racetracks. We can kind of do this in a consent. There's also another one here, Resolution 44, 2018, supporting the Assembly Bill 3292, requiring a warning sticker on containers of opioid medications. I'll make the necessary motion for both resolutions.
Yeah, they do them separately.
Do you want to do them separately? Yeah. Okay, let's start with 42, 2018, excuse me, 43, 2018. I make the necessary motion to support for the defeat of the Assembly bill proposing internet gambling at state racetracks. Is there a second?
Second,
Roll call on this one here.
Mr. Barbetto,
yes.
Mr. Buchanan,
No.
Ms. Gibbons,
No,
Mr. Hughes,
Yes.
Mayor Benesia.
Yes. Motion passes. Next, we have 44, 2018, supporting Assembly Bill 3292, requiring a warning sticker on containers of opioid medications. Is there a second? I did make it first. Is there a second?
Are you telling me there's no sticker on opioids at all?
I think the sticker that they're speaking of is going to be specific, indicating that serious addiction problems can occur from taking this medicine. I think that's the sticker that they're speaking of.
I sure wish they would have mentioned that in this.
But don't we have a copy of the resolution here now?
Yeah,
Did you read it?
yes.
Okay, well, now I guess we're in a position to vote on it, yes or no? There's a motion and a second, let's do this one by roll call.
Mr. Barbetto,
Yes.
Mr. Buchanan,
Yes.
Ms. Gibbons,
yes,
Mr. Hughes,
Yes.
Mayor Benesia.
Yes.
Has to be a legal.
We're gonna table 45, 2018 for the closed session.
I wasn't.
I'm assuming that that's pertaining to the hiring of the public works foreman, is what that was going to be. 46, 2018, and 45 on the agenda. So we're gonna table that until the end. We have the bill list, everybody has a copy of. Are there any questions? Fred, I had one. Well, what was the increase on your, normally you're like around 2,200 a month, for some years 33. What was the additional?
I don't see the bill. It is all laid out. You know, without having something.
Okay, second one down.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions pertaining to the bill list?
I would just like to know why the election workers haven't been paid before this.
We're just getting on the bill list now.
Yeah, I just, last Wednesday when I came in, I received a list at that time, so, yeah. I think there was a question from the clerk, and I said, well, I can't pay if I don't know anything. you know,
Right. Well, I understand there might have been a phone call or two inquiring when they were going to get their money.
Yeah, because the election was in February, so we could have paid in March, but
We couldn't pay them in March.
I just got the list on Wednesday, so.
I understand.
I do want to say that I have to add 5 bills on here for in regards to the rabies clinic. It's gonna come out of the dog fund. I have time to put it on here because of concentrate tonight. But it's a Dr. Eric Banks for 300 bags. Teresa Seelman, 150. Cindy Kent, 150. Annette Truman, 150. And John Wagner, 150. Rabies, so. Up to the They have been like that, Mayor, for a long time.
That changed well back.
It's a practical matter, they didn't,
They were paid, it was an hourly rate, the overtime.
don't do that.
It's not just, let's pick a number. They were paid for the event, that's correct, and that money doesn't have to be spent, it can be rolled over into surplus. It does not have to be spent. Paying somebody $150 for 2 hours of work, I think is absurd.
Well, I don't think it was 2 hours.
For what?
Because it was 4 hours
4
for
hours.
dogs and cats.
Oh.
But I tell you, we got a great deal because Weymouth pays $800.
anything except
We're not waiting.
Well, that's right, we're not. But we had to beg somebody to come and do it.
Where's that come to per hour?
the rabies, the payment for the rabies.
I thought that the rabies clinic had occurred
The
from
rabies clinic.
Well, I think all comes out of
10 to
money anyway.
12, 10 to 1.
It's on the website.
$37.50.
So come out of the dog account?
Paid for 4 hours.
We'll be down on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's not bad money at all. In today's standards. It seems like it's rather very high.
Is there a dog account?
You know, we're looking at, guys that come in over here doing emergency storm work, and we're getting paid $11.25 for an hour of their time that they did, but this thing here.
This was for 1 hour, $11 an
It
hour?
says it
Yeah.
was Saturday, March 24th, from 9 AM to 12 PM.
3 hours.
Plus, they set up time before that, before the clinic started, and then tear down
Oh,
after.
pay for your card.
So we have hours, 4 hours.
And
Pay for
Pardon?
animals, been
said what, the
vaccinated.
table, paperwork, and
Seriously,
sorry.
I want my tax man to pay.
The reality is, the employees are supposed to be paid per hour at time and a half. Not, let's just pull a number out of the air and say $150 looks good. That's not the way it's supposed to be
There's a
done.
rabies up and down, I don't know where to go.
It's not the way it's done, guys. I'm sorry.
Maybe we'll get some volunteers in to help the next time.
Well, we're talking right now about the payment of a bill, and we're at this time, not next time. That's a whole year from now.
You could
I
run
mean, I'm not comfortable paying that kind of money for just a couple
Well, why
hours.
don't you do it
It's
next
just-
time?
It's absurd.
We already did the work.
They did the work, but you know, when somebody's cutting up trees, which is much more strenuous and gets paid $11.25, I mean, come on, guys. It's a fairness issue here. It's not right.
I think
Well, what do you
going
wanna do?
forward, we can change it. I think it's already done. They're expecting the money. Hit 'em. I mean, that's what I think is fair, because they're going in expecting, all right, I'm making 150 for that. Now going forward, we change it. Right?
I'm nearly certain, Aaron, I mean, maybe things have changed in 4 years, all of us not in the top of the helm here, but the
Same
employee
amounts.
paid time and a half. And actually, I think we had some legal opinion somewhere along the line that said, because it's a special event and it's not related to their other position, they can be paid straight time.
You could be paid straight time.
Time and a half.
You come in and pay work for straight time on your 3-day off?
Never on Saturday. Not straight.
On Sunday.
We can make a motion to approve the bill for this sheet, and then we'll have a separate motion to see what we want to do with the animal control rabies. How's that?
I personally think that should be done in a time and a half, that's fair. I mean, just to give somebody $37
You
an hour.
change it in midstream, Joe.
No.
I think if
There
we
was,
want to
there's
change
no,
it,
there's not a policy that's put in place that that's what we pay. And by the way, it's called communication, someone should have mentioned this to me, honestly.
No, you
I
should have
don't think
checked
it's
it
right.
out yourself.
The same.
Easy, lazy, lazy.
I just feel like they agreed upon it already going in.
Yeah.
So we can't take it from them. Like,
That's right.
that's not fair. Now going forward, they'll be, listen, you're getting time and a half. But they knew going in, they signed up for it because they're making X amount of money. I don't think it's fair to take it from them.
In the future.
Yeah.
All right, so you got over on me on that one there, fine. Somebody make a motion to approve the bills.
I'll make a motion to approve the bill.
That's all bill.
Realized that
Yep.
it's been-
We're rolling.
Mayor said for the law in there, so it's all one.
I'll second it. $276,715.64.
I will just make one final comment, this is not the way that I would run my business, quite frankly. Because if you run your business like that, you're gonna go bankrupt sooner or later. Roll call, please.
Mr. Barbato.
Yes.
Mr. Buchanan.
Yes.
Ms. Gibbons.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Mayor Vanessa.
Yes. Moving down the line here, we have the minutes of the February reorganization. Somebody make a motion?
I'll make that motion.
There were some corrections that were made to that, in which I had abstained on the vote, and I believe that the rest of the minutes were okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Now we have February 12th of 2014 closed. I was not on city council at the time. So this is gonna have to be a motion by, a motion and a second by
I'll
Barbara
make the
Gibbons.
motion.
Second.
Only two people are gonna be able to vote on this.
Just two people.
Yeah, the other three have to abstain, we weren't on council.
Right.
Did somebody make a motion?
We did. I was first, Al was second.
Okay, I guess you're gonna, all in favor?
Yes, aye.
Very good, thank you. I, have a couple of, changes that I would like to make to, the committees. At this time, I'm gonna take myself off of the, Environmental Finance Municipal Council Committee, I'm gonna put Larry on that. I have, personnel. I'm gonna take you off of that, Larry, and I'm gonna, chair that.
Oh, God.
By yourself?
Jeez.
Aaron Buchanan is gonna be on that as well.
How can you chair the public works and be the mayor at the same time and address,
Fred, you wanna take that issue?
address any,
What are you talking about?
we discussed this when the appointment was made.
That was personnel, Larry.
Huh?
That was personnel.
Which one did you just say? You said personnel.
Oh, you said personnel. And the mayor can't be on the personnel committee.
Where does it say that?
How can you do both if it has to go to the mayor and then it has to go to the personnel committee? How can you do both jobs?
You want to tell them, Fred?
Yeah, I'm sorry, when you say it has to go to the mayor and then it has to go to personnel, what has to go to the mayor?
If there's any grievances or
Grievance process.
whatever.
Okay, so are we saying within, and I did not get a chance to look inside our code today. Are we saying that the code requires that within the grievance, there are tiers, and the mayor freestanding is a tier?
Yes.
My understanding.
So there's a alternate member that would then be put on it, and Larry, I guess that would be you.
Well, either I'm on or I'm off.
You could be the alternate in the event that there's a conflict.
No.
That's not how it works.
Okay?
How do they do that?
That's sloppy.
An alternate to a committee.
Okay, that's how it's done.
It
No,
is,
it's
the
not.
way you do it.
All right, and the
Never heard of
Public
that.
Works Committee.
Never heard of
I've
that.
had quite a number of conversations with Aaron. Quite frankly, I am encouraged as what he's been saying to me, and I'm gonna be making some changes, so Aaron and I will be on the Public Works Committee.
What was the last committee?
Public Works,
No, before that.
Personnel.
And that's you and I? Now,
And the school liaison, I'm changing to,
excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Mayor, I'm sorry to interrupt. All my committees, I share with yourself. I think the personnel, I would like to, Larry to stay on there with me so I can see different, I'm getting one side. And not that one side is wrong, but being the new guy, I'd like to get a variety. And I think it would benefit myself as well as the town if Larry stayed on personnel with me, so I got a chance to,
If you feel comfortable with that, your new guy coming on, I'll give you that.
I would
Okay.
appreciate that.
I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And two more, the school liaison, that's gonna be myself and Larry. And the municipal alliance is going to be Barbetto and Larry. Next, we have the department reports of the February 2018 municipal court, the clerk's office, the public works, the tax collector, and the zoning officer. Somebody want to make a motion? I'll second. All in favor? Or is there any questions or discussions? Is there a question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Moving down, to committee reports. What did you guys come up with as far as, your dumpster day?
I checked with John Wagner, and John suggested May 19th. Again, a Saturday from 8 to 12,
May 19th?
May 19th.
That's, the week after Mother's Day weekend, correct?
Yeah, that is not Mother's Day weekend, that is correct.
Okay, so that's the week after. Just so that there's no conflict. So you say May the 19th?
I think you may or may not be talking.
May graduates.
And the hours of operation will be from
8 to 12.
8 to 12. And council's okay, I think we should send out a notification card like we've done over the last several years.
And that's a Saturday.
Yeah, for Saturday. Does council have any other items that perhaps we could put on this card as well? I mean, we have, Linda had brought to my attention, there's a shred day, that should be put on this yellow card that we're gonna send out.
We normally do that the same day as dumpster day.
Right, but I still wanna put the, before sending out a card, she had asked to have that on there.
But we have to get,
Gotta call them.
you have to call them, to make sure they are available that day. They may not be available that day.
Okay, so if you're on that committee, Al, then do you wanna put the call in and notify the clerk so that way they would have it set up? Because we're gonna put a card out, so you have plenty of time, May the 19th is like a month from now. Okay, very good.
Yeah, Joe, can we add, you spoke of that about City Hall during the storm, can we add that to that?
Absolutely. There was a discussion Aaron and I had, and many residents are not aware that this building is actually in fact a shelter. When there is no electric, people need to have electric, they need water, whatever, they can come here, bring some buckets. In the event that it's a serious issue, such as when we had the derecho and then it was like blistering hot, this is a cooling station. If you're out of heat, then it's a warming station. But nonetheless, this is an emergency area that people could come to for emergency purposes. So that'll be on the card as well. Thank you. Okay, and we'll probably put the neighborhood watch the next meeting for that as well. Wait for the state police to get back to me on that one. Okay. Moving along the line here, on Public Works, we have two public properties, one of them being the gravel pit on Maple Avenue, the other one being the landfill. Both of those properties are unsecured. I think I discussed this with you, Larry. We're gonna get a gate, such as what is on our Public Works gate over here.
There's not a
So-
gate at the landfill?
There's a gate, but there's no lock on it. And there's traffic going in and out of there now, when the lock is off.
Really?
There was a lock on it.
There was a lock, I don't know when the lock, I just looked at it from recently.
Chain with the lock, that one was on
No, Maple Avenue, they cut the chain.
Oh, they cut the chain.
They didn't cut the lock,
They cut the chain.
they cut the chain.
So we need to get one of those kind of gates that, you can't do any cutting on it. Probably gonna be a little pricey, but you know what? I think we need to secure that property. Certainly you have kids that are going in there and using it for ATVing.
Yeah.
You could also have a potential, somebody may wanna help themselves in there, or maybe even unload what they don't want. And it could even be contaminated material. So that gate has to be put on there, and that property has to be secured.
And that money's gonna come out of capital.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know.
we have,
We have to
listen.
check with the auditor to find out.
Al, we have 15,800, we have 14,850, we have 25,000, and we have 23,450. Are you telling me that we don't have enough money?
No, what I'm saying is, it has to fit into a particular area to be approved.
Carol, how do you wanna do this one? Each probably gonna cost about $1,500, but go ahead, Al.
Oh, when you said prices, I thought you were talking about,
Is this considered a
Okay,
capital?
This could be capital,
It would be capital.
and there's money in buildings and grounds for that.
Okay. So one way or another, the gate is gonna get put up over there. Whichever line item the judge chooses to take it from, that's what we'll do, but we have to secure that property, and it's a mandate. We have to. We're also gonna need to get a tempered lock for the landfill. That property's unsecured, and that
With
can't
the
continue.
proper gate, with the proper lock cover, they can't cut the lock.
You can put a lock cover over top of it, that's good.
Part of the gate system. Mr. Owens knows what I'm talking about. It's a shielded box that covers that lock where you can't get in and cut it off. You can only put a key in to unlock it.
I think there actually is a shielded box on that gate, isn't there? John?
Gate at the tower or the dump was a combination lock, and the cellular providers get in there all the time. They've had the combination. I will make a phone call tomorrow and see if he has a lock, because there's no way to cut that lock. He had to have had it. He called last month to get in. I was not aware that it wasn't locked, because 10 times out of 10 it was always locked when they left. So,
There's no lock on it, John.
well, then I'll make a phone call tomorrow. And if I can't get a hold of him and get the lock, I'll put a new one on there with a new combination, and it'll be secure.
Put a key lock on it.
I'll put a key lock back on.
That way we
We
can have.
used the
key
combo
there,
just because
and they can get the
they
key.
kept calling. We'd have to take time out of our day to run the key down, because we didn't give them the key, we gave them the combination. But
Actually,
key
Joe,
lock
will
back
let
on
you
there,
talk
it'll
to
go
you.
forward.
No, wait, maybe, you're right, John. It should be a combination lock. Why is it gonna be a key lock?
Or be a combination, so that way we have to send somebody down there to go, I want you to.
They start with this.
Key or you give them a combination there?
We can give them a key, we'll put a key on it. It doesn't matter, either way,
Why, how much more inviting am I supposed to be here?
we can figure that out.
Okay. John, work on getting a gate, I mean,
A lock for that gate.
combo one, yeah, and if possible, get one that's tempered,
Yeah.
so that nobody can tamper it. Next we have, I did, actually in fact go over to, Glassboro, and the Senate Budget Committee, met over there this year. I did go over there, to testify on the pilot funding issue, and I will tell you that, in the very immediate future, there's going to be a meeting here in Town Hall. We haven't picked a date, we don't know what the date's gonna be. We're trying to get various senators and assemblymen that are gonna come here to Estell Manor. And, I've already been confirmation from Senate President Sweeney that he's definitely on board with this, and he's gonna push the bill. Once we put a vote and figures together on this area, he thinks it's a good idea to get this accomplished, so. Hopefully, we're gonna get this issue resolved a lot sooner than a lot later.
Pilot movement.
Now, this is on the committee reports. Okay.
No problem, you can read this.
No,
All I see on their,
just bring me yours under the committee.
gates, gov deals, and tool purchase.
Okay, so we have, the gates, gov deals. We have a military vehicle that's used only just a couple of times a year at best, and that's if we have snow. I don't see a purpose to have to hold on to this thing here. We have some other equipment there. We have a street sweeper that I think was used once. And if my memory serves me right, I think we paid $7,000 for that thing.
No idea.
Somebody had a brainstorm of an idea that we needed to sweep the streets, but the streets were never swept, but we bought a sweeper. So I think we ought to get rid of that. We have a trailer. We have two trailers that are fine. We have a third one that is an old one, and the extensive repairs that would be needed to upgrade it to make it acceptable for our standards, I don't think it's really even worth the cost at this point. Why do we need to have three trailers? So I'm recommending that, starting with those three items there, and there may even be more yet. But I think we need to get rid of some of this surplus equipment there. The yard out there is all filled up, and we need to clear the way out there.
We can sell this, correct?
I would highly recommend that what we need to do is come up with a figure as to what would be acceptable to sell the military vehicle.
You need to get a list of what you want to sell. And then.
Those are the three items that you and I discussed a couple weeks back. That's the list. Just those three for starters.
Trailer, you talked about fixing it. The last time you and I talked.
It's not worth fixing. It's not worth fixing.
Well, I told you that.
There's a lot of money. You got dry rotted hoses. You have
I'm well aware of it.
you have wires that are shorted out. You have all the planking on it that needs to be replaced with 2-inch thick.
I know, I told you
It's
all
not
this.
worth it.
I think that's why we got the
That's why I'm
new.
bringing it up.
So you're gonna provide this list and then we're gonna vote on
That is the
it?
list at this time.
And now you're asking us to vote on it, whether or not we wanna get rid of it or not?
That is the list that I'm suggesting at this time. If we have more equipment that we're gonna, Aaron and I are gonna, meet, we're gonna go over some other things. If it turns out that there's nothing else that needs to be listed on gov deals, then so be it, then we don't. If
So
there
you're
needs
gonna-
to be more stuff, then we'll list it.
So what you're gonna do is come back with a full list,
That is the list right at this time.
right?
I think Joe and I will go over there, meet with John, we'll see what we need, what we can get rid of, and we'll come with a list and go from there.
We're also gonna need to come up with a monetary amount of money for the, military vehicle.
That's if we sell the military vehicle.
I'm comfortable to say that it's probably got a residual value of about $30,000, maybe 35 with the plow. But, we're gonna use that vehicle once or twice a year. You have to have a CDL to operate it, and it's known that that vehicle is not necessarily really safe to operate.
Who said?
It's not to be safe.
Who said? Who said that?
Get to that point.
The vehicle's not safe. You can't even make a three-point turn. It has no steering radius to it. You know that. I've been in the vehicle myself. Excuse me, I've been in the vehicle that was
You don't have
exactly the
CDL.
same in Margate, and the vehicle has no steering radius to it whatsoever. It was a waste of money in the first place.
And it's just a matter of opinion.
Well, we could have bought a brand new F-550. That's a
For that
fact.
kind of
Or a
money?
new Tahoe.
I wish we could, I'd buy one.
Excuse me?
Or a new Tahoe?
No, not a new Tahoe.
Okay.
I didn't say new Tahoe, did I?
Just asking.
It's 2 weeks.